Hi everyone, my name's Kerri Butcher and I'm Outreach Coordinator for the Faculty of Medieval and Modern Languages and Linguistics at Cambridge University. Today I'd like to give you a very brief introduction to the process of applying for and studying linguistics here in Cambridge. My plan for this session is divided into two parts. First, I'll give you a quick overview of the ways in which you can study linguistics in Cambridge, and then I'll talk a bit about what's involved in applying for admission to the Linguistics tripos. Let's begin by looking at the structure of undergraduate linguistics in Cambridge and what sort of careers our students end up choosing. There are three main ways of doing undergraduate linguistics in Cambridge. First of all, the Linguistics tripos. This involves studying the general properties of human language in all of your papers over the 3 years of the course. Most of our papers don't involve learning how to speak or read specific languages, but if you are interested in doing so, you can choose from dozens of languages to study for a certificate at our Language Centre, from Abaza and Arabic to Turkish and Zulu. If you're more interested in speaking and reading languages as part of your official course and want to spend your third year abroad in one or more foreign countries, you may want to consider the Medieval and Modern Languages tripos. This course focuses on culture, mainly literature and literary theory, history, politics, and film, with some speaking of the languages you're studying, especially during your year abroad. You can also choose from a wide variety of linguistics papers within the MML tripos, not only one specific to MML, like comparative Romance linguistics or the history of German, but also papers in the linguistics tripos, like phonetics or semantics. A third option is to do one subject for Part 1, which is our term for the first 2 years of your undergraduate degree, and then switch into the linguistics tripos for your Part 2, which can be either 1 or 2 years. We often have students switch into the linguistics tripos in this way from MML, Anglo-Saxon, Norse and Celtic, Asian and Middle Eastern Studies, and Classics. And we even get the occasional transfer from subjects such as maths, biology, and medicine. Today we're going to focus on the first of these three options, which is doing the linguistics tripos. The linguistics tripos is a 3-year course. In the first year, called Part 1, all students take the same 4 papers. This uniform structure has the advantage of enabling you to meet all of the other students in your year group across all of the colleges, and have 4 papers worth of experiences and challenges in common to discuss with them. In the second year, called Part 2A, you choose 4 papers from a set of about 25 options, including topics such as language acquisition, computational linguistics, phonetics, historical linguistics, and psycholinguistics. In your final year, Part 2B, you take 2 more of these 25 papers, plus an overarching paper where you pull together everything you've learned over your 3 years, plus a dissertation. At the end of each year, you have 1 3-hour exam for each of your regular papers. Your final degree result is 30% your Part 2A exam marks and 70% your Part 2B exam marks. So that's the basic structure of the linguistics tripos covered. At this point, students typically want to know about 3 questions, which I'll address in turn. First of all, can I do a year abroad as part of my linguistics degree? The answer is unfortunately no for the linguistics tripos. If you'd like to be able to take a year abroad while also studying linguistics, you can do either the MML or the AIMS tripos, each of which allows you to take a year abroad in your 3rd year, and within that tripos, you can take some linguistics papers. A second popular question is, does the linguistics tripos require any particular preparation or background beyond achieving grades of at least A-star AA on my A-levels? Here, the short answer is no. Because linguistics has intellectual connections to virtually every other subject in the arts, humanities, social sciences, and hard sciences, we don't require that you have taken any particular A-level subjects. For whatever it's worth, though, students who enjoy linguistics and do well at it typically, though not always, are interested in one or more of the following: languages, music, maths, philosophy, computers, biology, physics, and history. Finally, We're often asked what jobs students with an undergraduate degree in linguistics can get. The linguistics course focuses on teaching students how to study language scientifically, and more generally, how to reason analytically, construct logical arguments, and express one's ideas in writing clearly, concisely, and persuasively. These skills are directly relevant in a wide range of professions, so our graduates have no difficulty finding jobs in Cambridge, London, and across the globe. In recent years, our graduates have tended to go on to work at Google, Amazon, Facebook, Apple, and the like, dealing with things like speech recognition and synthesis for Alexa and Siri, language processing in search engines, and artificial intelligence, but also website design, international marketing, and so on. Many students go into the civil service, working in the Foreign Office as research analysts, language policy consultants, interpreters, or even spies. Speech therapy is also a popular career choice, as it combines students' training in speech production and language disorders with a career that is high in demand and directly helps people in need. Our students who want to live abroad often choose to teach English as a second language in countries from Peru to France to Korea, Japan, and China. Another popular option is to work in the publishing industry as a writer or editor. I should also mention that many of our students do go on to work in the city, as do some students from all subjects in Cambridge, working for tech companies and other businesses, banks and consulting agencies and law firms. Let's now move on to the process of applying for admission to study linguistics at Cambridge. First of all, students generally apply to a specific college, such as King's or Magdalen or Fitzwilliam. If you don't have a preference, you can make what's called an open application and not specify a particular college. You will then be allocated to a college by the admissions office. There are 31 colleges in Cambridge. 28 of these admit undergraduates, and all but one of these accept applicants to study linguistics. As a general rule, there are no specific colleges that are better to apply to for linguistics. Some are older and more prestigious, but some may take fewer linguistic students or have less spiffy accommodation. Some may have more fellows in linguistics, but then not have the sports or music facilities that you're looking for, and so on. I'd therefore recommend taking a good look around the web pages of as many colleges as you can, including the pages of their linguistics fellows, to see what you can find out about their offerings and how they stack up compared to what you're looking for. The numbers for linguistics vary from year to year, but generally we receive between 100 and 150 applicants across all colleges and make offers to about 40 to 45 of them, with the aim of having about 25 to 30 students actually arrive in Cambridge the coming October. Each college typically looks to admit 2 linguistic students, but some may admit as many as 5 per year. Once you apply to study linguistics at Cambridge, if it looks from your academic profile like you have a reasonable chance of achieving A-star, AA on your A-levels, you will then be invited for 1, or in some cases 2 interviews by the college you've applied to. For linguistics, you will also be sent instructions on how to take a linguistics exam that we administer a week or 2 before the interviews. This exam consists of a mix of data analysis problems and short essays. It doesn't require any previous training in linguistics, but is designed to assess your aptitude for identifying patterns in language data, building arguments, and presenting your ideas. The results of this exam are then made available to interviewers before your interview and form one part of your overall admissions assessment, along with your GCSE and A-level results to date, your writing sample, the reference letter from school, your oral performance at interview, and so on. If you're invited to interview, the interview will normally be with 2 members of the linguistics department, at least one of which will typically be a member of the college you're applying to. At least one of the interviewers will normally be a professor of linguistics, and the other may be a professor as well, or sometimes a graduate student. Interviews typically last between 20 and 30 minutes and may cover a range of topics, but typically include asking the applicant to look at a set of forms from a language they aren't familiar with and answer questions about them. For example, you might be shown a set of 10 singular and plural words in a Native American language and asked on the basis of those forms how you think the plural is formed in that language. If you're interested in the exact contents of a linguistics interview in Cambridge, you can get a good idea by looking up Oxford Linguistics Sample Interview on YouTube. I've given you the direct link on this slide. On the basis of your interview, your application, and your pre-interview test result, the college will rate you on a scale from 1 to 10. Students who receive a score of 7 or higher are deemed good enough to be admitted to the university, if a place is available. The college you've applied to ranks the linguistics students who scored 7 or higher and chooses the top-ranked students from this list to offer places to. For example, a college may have 5 applicants who scored 7 or higher, but only 2 places for linguists in the incoming cohort. They would offer places to the 2 highest-ranking students out of their 5. The remaining 3 students who scored 7 or higher are pooled, which means that they are offered a place in a central pool of candidates from which all of the colleges who are still looking for linguistics students at the beginning of January can select candidates to offer places to. It's therefore possible to be offered a place at another college, even if the college you originally applied to didn't do so. It's not guaranteed that all students placed in the pool will end up being offered admission by another college, though. Final admissions decisions are typically announced to applicants at some point in January. I hope that these bits of information about linguistics and the Cambridge admissions process have been helpful. If you have any further questions about the linguistics tripos, or about the field of linguistics generally, please feel free to contact our School Liaison Officer for the Linguistics Tripos, Professor Bert Vox of King's College, at bv230@cam.ac.uk. Thanks for watching this video, and I wish you the best of luck with your university applications.